Roll call.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Here.
Councilman McCarthy.
Here.
Councilwoman Noack.
Here.
Councilwoman Zarello.
Here.
Councilman Lumen.
Yeah. Okay, before we begin this afternoon, first, I'd like to welcome legislator Sal Formica. Legislator, thank you for being here.
Hey, Sarah.
We will start this afternoon's meeting. Today's meeting, I'm proud to recognize public servants who stand out with the town of Smithtown. Once a month, we begin a town board meeting by honoring an employee whose dedication, talent, and character have made a meaningful impact on our community. Today, it is my privilege to recognize the most pleasant and kind individual, Susan Ricci. The town of Smithtown is proud to recognize Susie as our Employee of the Month, a dedicated member of our workforce whose professionalism, positivity, and commitment to helping others have made her an invaluable part of town operations. Since joining the town in 2014 as a part-time disability service aide in the Office of Handicap Services, Susie has steadily gone through the ranks, now serving as the Associate Administrator in the Personnel Department, where she plays a critical role in employment, recruiting, personnel transactions, employee benefits, civil service procedures, and daily office administration. Known throughout Town Hall for her upbeat attitude and willingness to assist anyone who needs guidance, Susie brings both knowledge and kindness to every interaction. Whether working with employees, residents, or county and state agency personnel, her strong understanding of civil service matters and her approachable, friendly nature have made her a trusted resource to so many. And we are grateful for the professionalism and positive energy she brings to the town of Smithtown each day. On behalf of myself and the town board and the entire Smithtown community, Susie, thank you for being a shining example of what public service is all about, and congratulations.
And she's always smiling. She's always smiling. You never get on the phone and you can see the smile over her face.
Squeeze in. Yeah. Thank you, Susie.
Always smiling. Always smiling.
All right, we will begin sitting as Board of Water Commissioners. Deputy Clerk.
Minutes approval, March 3rd, 2026, and return from unpaid medical leave of absence for an employee in the Smithtown Water District.
Councilman Lumen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes. We reconvene as Town Board.
For correspondence, Building Department, February 2026 report. Hopog Fire Department, 5K, September 5, 2026, 9 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. Nisququag River State Park Foundation, 5K Turkey Trot, November 26, 2026, 8:45 a.m. to 10 a.m. Nisququag River State Park Foundation Canoe Kayak Regatta, September 12, 2026, 12 p.m. until 2 p.m. They have a rain date of September 13th. Elwood Comac VFW Post 9263 Memorial Day Parade, May 25, 2026, 10 a.m. until approximately 11:30 a.m. There is one advertisement for a public hearing. It's for Town Board Special Exception 2026-01, Prospect Sports Partners.
Okay, we have two public hearings this afternoon also.
The first one is to consider proposed local law 5-2026, amendment to the traffic code, and the second is to consider proposed local law 6-2026, another amendment to the traffic code.
Good afternoon, Supervisor and members of the board. Rachel Lenberger, Assistant Town Attorney for the Town of Smithtown. The purpose of this hearing is to consider amendments to Chapter TC5 as it relates to truck exclusions. The proposed amendments provide that all trucks, commercial vehicles, tractors, and tractor-trailer combinations may still operate on restricted roadways when actively engaged in making a local delivery. The proposed amendments also replace unladen weight with gross vehicle weight rating. Unless there are any questions, that concludes this public hearing.
Questions by the board?
No, thank you.
Anyone in the audience wish to be heard on this public hearing? There being none, I'll move to close.
Second,
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilwoman Izzarello.
Yes.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
I'm going to reread the advertised for a public hearing. It needs a vote. That was for special exception 2026-01 Prospect Sports Partners.
And we'll move the vote, Mr. Clerk.
Did you want to do the second one? Oh, you didn't do it. Sorry.
Good. Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Izzarello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes. And we'll go back to the second public hearing.
The purpose of this hearing is to consider amendments to Chapter TC4 as it relates to town parking areas. The proposed amendments remove the requirement that a physical parking permit sticker be displayed on the vehicle and instead require that a valid parking permit registration be on file with the town clerk's office as they're switching to an electronic system. Unless there are any questions, that concludes this public hearing.
Questions by the board? No. Anyone in the audience wish to be heard on this public hearing? Yes, ma'am.
So I'm not,
You have to come up to the podium.
this is my first time. I mean, I just found out about this a couple days ago, and I'm not even sure if, I
Can you have
think
your name and address for the record?
Joni Sailing, 331 Landing Avenue, Smithtown. So I was just here a couple days ago to get a parking permit, and I was told that starting April 1st, the rules would be changed, but they didn't tell me what was gonna change, but that it would be determined at this meeting, which I thought what that meant was whether or not there would be a fee charge, which it wasn't in the details that were provided previously, so I'm not sure if that's a discussion point, but I did post something on Nextdoor, and I had overwhelming comments with regard to the fact that no one, well, of course, no one was in favor of having a $5, it seemed like it was probably a $5 fee that was going to be charged for resident parking to go to parks and beaches. Is that what's being determined now?
The fee is, it's a $5 processing fee because we're moving into the 21st century. It's gonna be electronic. There'll be no more stickers on your window. You're gonna register your license plate for that registered vehicle.
$5 for the year.
And it's a $5 processing charge for the administrative part. And that's each year, that's for per year. You'll have that for the entire season. And that will be your permit to park at any town facility.
And they're just going to have your license plate on file? 'Cause
You're
there's
gonna
no-
you're gonna register with the clerk's office electronically, or you can come in person and your license plate will be registered. So that's how you'll be checked by Public Safety Department.
Okay, and are there any intention of that fee increasing from $5 in the future?
It's $5 as
Solely
an
because of
administrative
processing
processing fee.
Yeah, so there's not going to be an additional fee added on at any,
The
in the
only
near
thing that would be
future.
added on to that is if you pay by credit card, which you can. Like everything else, there's a credit card company that charges a fee as well.
okay, so if you don't want that fee, you got to come
You
in
can
person?
come in here and do it without a credit card.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Helen Mustapich, 214 7th Street, St. James, New York. So what you're saying is that every year we have to pay $5 for a processing fee
For the season.
for the season, which the season is probably June.
All year.
You don't go to the beach all year.
Okay? You can. You can go if you want.
So processing fee, once your license plate's on file, why do you have to pay another processing fee every year?
It's one fee, one time.
One time?
Correct. There
Then
has
the-
been some confusion, quite frankly. People have called, we're trying to clarify it, and we'll be putting a video out, instructional video. Some people think it's $5 every time you go to a facility. It's not the
No,
case.
no, no.
No, but there are people who are confused by it. It's one
But
time,
every-
$5 fee,
Every year
every year.
that you
$5
want to go
per
to the
year.
beach.
Yes.
That's
It's not just the
ridiculous.
beach. It's every park, every facility it's not just the beach.
but everybody doesn't go to the railroad station. Everybody,
If you don't go to these
And
places, you
these-
don't have to pay for it. If you don't go to the beach, if you don't go to the parks, if you don't go, we don't.
I mean, there are
our
families that
transportation
can't afford to go to other places, so they go to the
What-
beach
what-
with their
ma'am, if I
children.
might, when you say there's families that can't go to other places, what other places?
On vacation, so they go to
Vaca-
the beach. Some people can't afford to go
So-
away,
so
so
if
they
wanna
take
park
their
at our
children to the
facilities,
beach.
Their vehicle will be registered for $5.
You say $5 now, but I'm sure it's gonna go up every single year.
I may not.
we're not sure of that, I don't know how you're not.
The
how you're sure of
taxes
it.
that we pay, we shouldn't have to pay to go to the beach.
You pay most of your taxes to the school
You
district,
should
ma'am.
talk to the school district for that.
No, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Anyone else wish to be heard on this public hearing? Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Robert Kubler, 254 Grant Avenue, St. James. I may go back a little, but I've lived in Smithtown my whole life, see it since 47. Used the beaches, used the harbor. The ramp down there used to be free. You used to be able to moor your boat in the harbor with not paying. Garbage pickup, you could go to the dumps, didn't cost you. I know this costs, I know this increases. I've seen the houses they're building in St. James, $1.25 million on no lot with 3 stories and things downstairs. So any additional fees at this point, of course, upset me because maybe I look back at the way things used to be in Smithtown. But I do have a question. Slip holders, will they be paying a $5 fee? And if you have 3 vehicles, are you paying $5 for each vehicle to have it registered?
That's correct. Seniors, over 65, and veterans are
I
free.
realize that, yeah. But you'll pay on every car, so in other words,
You
if I got
register
3
3
cars, I'm paying, or the family is paying $15.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard on this public hearing? Yes, ma'am.
Patty Stoddard, 400 Gibbs Pond Road, Nesconset. I do have a question. So if you go to, let's say, the Nesconset Library, there's also a park there. So if someone goes to the library who doesn't live in Smithtown, can they get a ticket for not having,
No.
okay? Also, like Merchants Road Park, they have games there all the time with people from all over come there, and they don't have stickers because they don't live here. They don't need them.
They're gonna have to have a sticker if they park their car there, yes.
Really? So if somebody is coming from Riverhead to play against a Smithtown team?
Well, that would be up to the league then. We would address the leagues because they pay a fee to have those tournaments.
Okay, well, it's not a tournament, just weekly, the games, it's just games.
Well, if they're
that-
out of towners, they have to do it by permit through the recreation department.
Okay,
So
so,
a Smithtown organization will be responsible.
okay, so then how would, like, you know, somebody from Riverhead go to the game? How would they park their car there and not get a ticket?
They would be registered that they were coming from out of town to be there and the organization wanted to take care of the fee.
Wow.
There's a $12 fee for an out-of-town vehicle to come to our parks and beaches. It's $12. They'd have to pay that, or they would be subjected
To
to
a
the
summons.
summons.
Yeah. Okay, because I know my grandkids have played all over the place, and we've never had to pay a fee to park, you know, in other towns where they usually charge parking, because you're there with your kids to take them to the games, you know? So it's just, you know,
If it's done through the recreation department, it's handled by that organizational
Right.
fee.
right,
So
right.
if you were out of town coming to play games against a Smithtown organization, you'd be covered.
Okay, so if you did get a ticket, hey, listen, my kid was
Or you
here.
bring it to the traffic bureau violations and it can be adjudicated or not there.
Okay, all right, just a question, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Susan Daly, 16 Melrose Lane, Comac. I have another 2 questions on this policy. So for Kings Park parking lot, for example, by the train station, people frequently use that parking lot for businesses on Main Street and/or the other adjacent streets. Will they have to pay as well?
No, ma'am.
How are you going to distinguish between them?
You don't
So if
need
they're in the Kings Park parking lot, but
You
their
don't
license
need-
plate has not been registered,
You don't need a town sticker to park there.
You don't need a sticker to park on the train station.
not anymore, because you
No.
used
You
to.
never,
Never.
yeah, you never did.
Actually, you used to.
No,
Yep.
not at the train station.
Okay, I beg to differ, because I know I've had to have a sticker there for a long time.
You might be correct. I think what transpired a number of years ago, it was discovered that there were federal funds that were put forth to build that parking lot, which prohibited the town from
Okay,
charging.
that's good to know. Second question is about Hoyt Farm. So we know Hoyt Farm is the jewel of Smithtown, in many people's opinion, including mine. And many people like to go there, sometimes families that have a sticker, but maybe not everybody in the family has a sticker. How are you gonna distinguish, since will there still be someone at the gate checking you?
Yes, there will.
So if they scan your license plate and you don't have a sticker, what's gonna happen?
It's a $12 fee if you're not a resident to park for the day there.
So non-residents can still go there.
They
now-
can, but they have to park, they have to pay a $12 fee.
They have to pay the $12 fee. And if it's out of season, they can go there without paying the way it is right now, or is that gonna change yearly? Because you said this sticker is for the entire year.
No, the season is the year round, so if you're a non-resident using Hoyt Farm in the middle of the winter, you have to pay $12 to park your car.
I don't think there's anybody there during the winter, is there?
Well,
Nobody's there
there
during
may
the
not be someone at the booth, but public safety, that's the purpose of this electronically. Public safety will be able to scan the plate and determine whether it's a resident or not.
All right, I'm sorry, I feel like there's a lot of holes in this policy, so I hope you guys work it out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard on this public hearing?
Just a quick question. Do you want me to come up or?
Yeah?
Okay. Do you want my name again?
We know ya.
The other question I know that people have asked is, suppose your car is in for repair and you have a rental. What do you do then? No, I'm telling you, it comes
just-
up.
You call the clerk's office, you can come in and show proof that your car's being
Okay.
serviced if they wanna go to that length and
Right.
give you a
Sounds good.
temporary day pass.
Okay, thanks.
Look, we're here to accommodate residents. This is,
Yeah,
I
you
would
know-
suggest that, and I understand it's change, I would suggest that people go on the website or whatever and look at other municipalities.
Yeah.
You want a season pass in Huntington? It's $40 a year.
Well, I don't know that.
So, nor do we. Anyone else want to be heard on this public hearing? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Anita Castorina, 3 Spruce Street, Smithtown. I've been a resident, I've lived in this town for over 60 years, and for as long as I can remember, the town had a good moral compass. Rest in peace, Mr. Vecchio. However, now I'm ashamed and offended at what this board has become. Seriously, I can only describe my feelings: greedy, uncaring, omnipotent, and a to hell with you attitude. We can do whatever we
Ma'am, is this in regards to this public hearing?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to get to the point.
I will. Attitude as, you know, the tax increase, the raises, all of that. And the hiring of Mr. Smith, that's a big.
Ma'am, I'm gonna say
Oh,
this
I'm
one more
sorry.
time.
All right.
If
I
you're
thought
gonna,
that
if you're
was-
gonna veer off of this public hearing, you can only speak to this public hearing that we just produced.
And it's around just only the
The
beach.
city. If
Beach
you- that's
fee,
correct.
okay. Well, if we didn't hire Mr. Smith, we didn't have a.
You went right back at it again.
Regarding the beach fee, it's a great imposition. Is it a great imposition for the ladies in the permit office to continue to pass out paper stickers to residents? The president calls affordability a hoax. This from the mouth of a billionaire. Others call it compassion collapse, the tendency to turn away from the suffering of others. I still call it greed, and I request the removal of the whole board who voted for this man. The buck stops with you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Anyone else wish to be heard on this public hearing?
I'll get back on point if I can, Supervisor. Erwin Eisen, 17 Horseshoe Lane, Comac, New York, 11725. Something that I've noticed at Hoyt Farm, and whether this is going to complicate the matter or not, is the traffic on the street, people parking on the streets of Hoyt Farm when you have the picnics, when you have the concerts. So my question is, for the residents who live in that area, you're now gonna have $12 admission charge that people are gonna say, well, I'll park on the street instead. And is that going to increase the traffic and whatnot on the streets? I wanna bring that to your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else wish to be heard on this public hearing? There being none, move to close.
Second.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Miller.
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarello.
Yes.
Councilman Bowman.
Yes.
Okay, we will proceed with the agenda.
Consent agenda, minutes approval, and comptroller items 1 through 9, and resolutions 1 through 3 as they appear on the agenda.
Anyone on the town council wish to remove any resolutions from the consent agenda?
No.
Thank you.
No.
Mr. Clerk?
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
Town board to authorize the town clerk to advertise for bid 26022 arts and crafts supplies, 26023 sporting goods, 26021 repair of Yankee gutters, fascia, soffit, and trim at Smithtown Town Hall. Bid 26026 roof replacement at Caleb Smith House. Bid 26027 replace roof, soffit, and siding at MSF. Bid 26028 swimming pool complex opening, closing, and related services. And bid 26020 traffic sign materials.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
Town Board to award bid 26012 for concrete curbs, sidewalks, and aprons to Del Al Concrete Corp., and further authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement on a form approved by the town attorney. Bid 26011 asphalt resurfacing to Suffolk Paving Corp., and further authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement on a form approved by the town attorney. Bid 26016, annual supply bid for black polyethylene bags to Interborough Packaging. Bid 26006, improvements to the Central Business District parking lot to Dicor Construction, and further authorize the supervisors to sign an agreement on a form approved by the town attorney, subject to verification of participation in all required apprenticeship programs.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
Town Board to approve budget allocation agreements with Celebrate St. James, past, present, and future. Extension of bid 25002, automotive rebuilding services with drivetrain truck parts. Termination of the agreement with Spatialist, Inc., dated March 30th, 2023. Event contract with Smithtown Landing Caterers for a Youth Bureau Awards ceremony to be held at Smithtown Landing Country Club. Extension of bid 24096 for outboard motors and related items with American Marine, Freeport Marine Supply Company, and Great Bay Marine. A grant application for the replacement of a below-grade fuel tank for the Long Beach Marina. An extension of an agreement with Omar Dutson, Haken Hideram, and Batu Ice Cream for mobile concession sales at town parks for the 2026 season. A grant application, community project funding from the Department of Justice Grant Program, community-oriented police services for technology and equipment. A grant application to the New York State Archives Local Government Records Management Improvement Fund for conversion of paper records to digital format for planning, public safety, town attorney, assessor, and Village of the Branch. An extension of an agreement with Claims Service Bureau of New York regarding administrative services for tort claims management. Extension of bid 24021, flooring and tile installation with Gold Star Installation. An agreement with Haydick Engineering Design for improvements at Burwinkle Park. Renewal of Cisco Duo umbrella licenses with SHI Government Solutions. an extension of an agreement with Global Fueling Systems to provide professional monitoring services for fuel storage tanks at Smithtown and Kings Park Highway yards. Termination of an agreement with Pitney Bowes for the pre-sort extra program dated May 16, 2025. Town Board to accept as complete for purposes of SEQA review the draft environmental impact statement dated February 2026 for Watermill Suites, a special exception permit petition, Town Boards 2018-01, and authorize the town clerk to advertise for same with a public comment period to close 5 p.m. Friday, May 1st, 2026. The appointment of Kelly Zimbrano as petty cash officer and cash drawer custodian in the Department of Recreation. The sale of equipment deemed acceptable by the supervisor of MSF from MSF-NY 46242 auction. Extension of an agreement with FPM Group to provide professional services in conjunction with Organic Facilities quarterly reporting at MSF. An agreement with General Security to provide central station monitoring, fire inspection services, and labor at various town locations. Amendment number 4 of the agreement with Haydick Engineering to include additional engineering services related to preparing an engineering report for FEMA and preparation of a stormwater pollution prevention plan report related to the proposed improvements at Paul T. Given Park. 2026 agreement to spend town highway funds. Grant application FY27 community project funding for the rehabilitation of sections of Sunken Meadow Road, St. Johnlin Road, Southern Boulevard, and Gibbs Pond Road, and authorize the supervisor to sign any necessary documents.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Angelillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wehan.
Yes.
Town Board to authorize the supervisor to execute an agreement with Lakeland Fire District to utilize Mankuski Fire Training Center. Cooperation and use agreement and access easement relating to the financing of improvements to the main library building at the Smithtown Library Special District by the issuance of bonds or bond anticipation notes. An agreement with Melissa Monaco to accept the donation of a memorial tree and plaque to be placed at Charles P. Toner Park. Memorandum of understanding between Island Harvest Food Bank and the Town of Smithtown Senior Citizens Department to provide benefits of the Commodity Supplemental Food Program. Amendment number 2 to the performance contracting agreement with Siemens Industry to terminate said agreement. Agreement with Rinkiness Engineering for professional engineering testing and inspection services at the Smithtown Landing Pool Facility.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Angelillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wehan.
Yes.
Town Board to approve settlement with regard to various tax certiorari matters per recommendation of the sole assessor and the town attorney.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Angelillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wehan.
Yes.
The Town Board to authorize an amendment to the Uniform Traffic Code with regard to Osher Avenue for a no parking restriction.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Angelillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wehan.
Yes.
Personnel items A through L as they appear on the agenda.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Angelillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Wehan.
Yes. That concludes the agenda. We will move to the public speaking portion. We have speakers, I assume.
Yes.
Before we start, public participation is subject to the rules of decorum which you have on your speaker cards, Town Code Section 76.7. Public portion is for town-related matters only. Any unsubstantiated, unverified, or material false information will be interrupted. 3-minute rule will be strictly enforced. When you hear the tone, you have 1 minute to complete your statement. Thank you.
Louis Marcus.
State your name and address for the record, please.
Louis Marcus, Hauppauge Fire District, 855 Wheeler Road. Good afternoon, Supervisor Wareheim and members of the Town Council. I'm Louis Marcus, Public Information Officer for the Hauppauge Fire District. I'm here this afternoon on behalf of the Board of Fire Commissioners to ask that you vote to extend the moratorium on lithium battery energy storage systems in the town of Smithtown. I'm also asking that the members of the Smithtown Town Council consider enacting zoning legislation that would ban lithium BESS facilities from being sited near schools, residential areas, environmentally sensitive land, houses of worship, and major transportation arteries, including the Long Island Railroad. These lithium energy science experiments being forced on us by New York State pose a serious risk to the health, safety, and welfare of the residents of the town of Smithtown, as well as to the first responders who will have to deal with any emergency at a BESS facility. A very important consideration for local governments is the ability of the volunteer fire service to handle a dangerous utility-scale lithium battery incident that could last for days. The town of Smithtown does not currently support a dedicated hazmat team, and the town of Islip has just reduced the size of its hazmat team. The Hauppauge Fire Department protects one of the largest industrial parks in the United States. The difference between the industrial buildings that we protect and a utility-scale lithium battery system are the firefighting techniques required. Our industrial buildings are protected by modern fire suppression systems that will, in most cases, control a fire. This compares to a BESS facility where firefighters are unable to even enter the property and must wait until representatives of the energy company responsible arrive on scene. Excuse me. Before even considering placement of a utility-scale lithium BESS facility, elected officials must ask themselves, are the risks acceptable for the town of Smithtown? We do not think so. Are local emergency responders fully equipped to handle a utility-scale lithium battery fire? Again, we do not think so. It is the duty of the people's elected representatives, including the commissioners of the Hauppauge Fire District, to put the safety and welfare of our residents and businesses ahead of profit. It is the opinion of the Hauppauge Fire District that utility-scale lithium storage projects are too dangerous for Long Island and Smithtown in particular. For the public record, I've left a copy of a white paper created for us that details the hazards of a BESS facility, specifically in the Hauppauge area. We hope that you'll take this into consideration when making your decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus.
Patty Stoddard.
State your name and address for the record, please.
Patty Stoddard, 400 Gibbs Pond Road, Nesconset, New York. Okay. I've been asked to represent this today because it expresses the opinion of many concerned Smithtown residents. Good afternoon. I'm here to formally request that the board reconsider the appointment of Mr. Smith to a public relations position with the town. This is not a political objection. It is a governance and fitness concern. The board has an obligation to ensure that individuals appointed to the public-facing roles meet basic standards of professionalism, judgment, and the ability to represent all residents in a fair and credible manner. A public relations role, by definition, requires the exercise of discretion, respect for diverse communities, and the capacity to build and not erode public trust. Mr. Smith's publicly available record raises substantial and legitimate concerns in each of these areas. There's a documented pattern of social media activity in which he has used or amplified language that many reasonable people would find derogatory towards women, members of the LGBT community, racial minorities, and individuals with disabilities. This is not an isolated lap in judgment. It reflects a pattern of conduct that is directly relevant to the responsibilities of the position. Additionally, there have been prior incidents requiring public apology, as well as reports of confrontational behavior. These facts go directly to issues of temperament and judgment, both of which are essential qualifications for a role centered on public communication and engagement. Whether or not these statements were made on a personal platform is not relevant. In today's environment, public statements are inseparable from professional responsibility, especially for someone tasked with representing the town's voice. The issue before the board is straightforward, whether this record is consistent with the minimum
1
qualifications
minute remaining.
required for public relations roles serving the entire community. If the board proceeds with this appointment despite these concerns, it risks undermining public confidence, exposing the town to reputational harm, possible litigation, which taxpayers will have to indemnify, and most importantly, signaling that these standards do not meaningfully apply. And at a minimum, the public is entitled to transparency, specifically what criteria were used to evaluate Mr. Smith's fitness in this role and how this record satisfies these standards. Accordingly, I respectfully request that the board reconsider this appointment in the interest of maintaining public trust and institutional integrity. The discussion is no longer about Mr. Smith. Is about how this board defines governance, oversight, and protecting the reputation and property values of the Smithtown community. Thank you.
Tammy Palmieri?
Please state your name and address for the record.
Tammy Palmieri, from the good town of Babylon. Good afternoon, Supervisor Wareheim and members of the board. My name is Tammy Palmieri, but I'm here on behalf of my Smithtown friends who support a BESS moratorium extension. Most people who have been paying attention to this issue recognize the inherent dangers of lithium BESS. Thankfully, most Long Island towns continue to extend their moratoriums. A ban on lithium BESS would be ideal. However, New York State is preparing to bypass local zoning laws it deems unreasonably burdensome to state climate targets. The same goes for California. However, the city of Vacaville, California, just passed an ordinance that does indeed ban lithium BESS, and it was smart about it. Vacaville is mitigating that perceived unreasonable burden by allowing consideration of battery technology that proves to have no risk of thermal runaway. And the language is very clear. At the same time, its ordinance prepares for a worst-case scenario where the state does bypass their ban. It includes very significant and costly requirements of the lithium BESS developer. In the application process, they must submit a financial assurances plan including liability insurance, to pay for all testing, damages, and remediation costs of all sites, including homes and businesses, in the path of any plume caused by thermal runaway. It also mandates an analysis that includes thermal runaway in all modules at once. That is not something they talk about. The standard industry talking point about these containerized systems is that a fire would not spread because there is spacing between the units. However, these systems are vulnerable to cyber attacks. In fact, Congress has issued a statement that lithium BESS components made in China are
1 minute remaining.
national security vulnerabilities. So the idea that all containers cannot go on fire simultaneously is just wishful thinking. Even Tesla relies heavily on Chinese components for its Megapack BESS, which, by the way, is Key Capture's intended supplier for the Shoreham BESS. I strongly urge everyone to read the Vacaville ordinance, which is posted on hopogcommunity.com. Consider whether you agree with the strategy to keep lithium BESS out of their community by establishing a stringent and comprehensive BESS code for alternative batteries. I would like to submit a copy to the board, as well as an article published by RAND Corp, an independent research organization known for providing data-driven policy analysis to improve decision-making, particularly national security. It is entitled, "It's Time to Treat China's Connected Energy Systems as a National Security Risk." Thank you for your time.
Mike Rosado?
You state your name and address for the record.
Mike Rosado, 12 Country Oaks Drive, Kings Park. Good afternoon, members of the town board. Unfortunately, this town board continues to defy and mislead the public and its taxpayers in support of politically connected landowners, developers, and campaign workers. In the case of Mr. Smith, the board chose to hire someone who is clearly unfit for public service, but happens to be the boyfriend of the town's public information officer and Mr. Werheim's campaign manager, Nicole Gargiulo.
Excuse me, Mr. Rosado?
Yeah,
Before you go any further, that's incorrect. He was not my campaign manager.
I didn't say, I said she was.
What?
I said she was,
She
Nicole.
was not.
She wasn't his campaign manager.
Okay.
Pat Byrne was the campaign manager.
Okay. They both were part of a campaign team that orchestrated Mr. Werheim's dirty campaign tactics last year, which included false accusations of harassment against his political opponent, stalking his political opponent and his family at their home, and the stealing and defacing of campaign signs. So although Mr. Smith was caught on video assaulting someone outside one of his political events, maliciously disparaging others, and is known to have founded the extreme anti-government group, the Loud Majority, this board will not rescind his hiring. This is just another flagrant misuse of taxpayers' money and another example of the rampant and unethical nepotism that exists in this town, which is tarnishing its once solid reputation. In addition, the town continues to ignore the code violations in the Kings Park industrial area. Earlier this week, the Kings Park Community Association made the town and the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation aware that Cox Industries LLC is again in violation of their remedial site plan. They are clearly operating during unauthorized hours and illegally using their site for vehicle and equipment storage, and have removed much of the tree buffer on the south side.
1 minute
of the property,
remaining.
and appear to have illegal tenants on their site. I have to ask this town board, how many times does the Kings Park Community Association have to ask you to enforce town codes? Or is this another case of Mr. Werheim turning a blind eye to the illegal activity of his political campaign donors? In fact, since the Kings Park Community Association brought industrial issues to your attention several years ago, hardly anything has improved. Today, approximately 75% of the area is still operating out of compliance with town code and not paying their fair share of taxes. Considering this town raised residents' taxes by over 13%, your lack of attention to this matter is inexcusable. Although the town issued several fines last year after the community association threatened a lawsuit, most cases have been adjourned and have never been enforced. Anyone who continues to operate illegally after being fined should be shut down, and if they refuse to comply with the laws of our town. Thank you. The smirking is a telltale sign of your character, by the way.
Only because most of what you said is absolutely false. Most of it's false.
Completely lies, accusations,
No.
and we're just sitting here, and you're amusing us with a bunch of lies. And you're lying to the public.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Trust me.
Keep pandering, Sal. That's what you do.
Pandering? That's the way you speak to women?
Oh, that's the way.
Then you want respect. That's the way you speak to her, you tell her you're not talking.
You're deflecting from the facts.
All right, we're done. We're done.
That's enough.
We're done.
It's not worth it.
Hey, remove him. Get him out.
Get him out.
Get him out.
Every meeting you lie. Go back to your restaurant.
Wow.
Phyllis Hart.
Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Phyllis Hart. I live at 20 Ponderosa Lane, Nesconset, New York. Good afternoon, Supervisor Werheim and members of Town Council. I'm here today to present a petition signed by 1,048 residents who are unhappy with the hire of Kevin Smith as Public Relations Assistant. Residents are urging local leaders for immediate removal of the late decision to hire Kevin Smith. In 2023 was a nonpartisan objection to hiring Mr. Smith. After a petition and protest took place before his hiring date, the town canceled his plan to hire.
Excuse me? Untrue.
Okay.
He declined the position.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith declined the position.
Correct.
I stand corrected. The same objections that were present at that time continue to exist. The goal of the public relations is to build trust and enhance the public image of the image of Smithtown and to foster community engagement. Mr. Smith has long demonstrated no regard for basic decorum, respect of his public platforms. On social media, he has repeatedly posted hateful and misogynistic content on both his personal and Loud Majority page. This past December, a video went viral on the internet of Mr. Smith smacking a younger man during an altercation in Manhattan. I called it the smack that was heard around Facebook. This is not the behavior we want for our public relationship hire. Residents of Smithtown are making our voices clear. We expect nothing short of immediate removal of Kevin Smith from any taxpayer-funded position and full review of the administration's hiring practices. Introspective to political ideologies, we all want our town to be run by respectful individuals. The role of anyone in public relations is paramount to this goal and should not be left in the hands of someone who belittles, physically attacks, and denigrates others. In the packets that I will be giving you, there is a
1
few
minute remaining.
comments from residents, both Democrats and Republicans, who have voted for this administration, who are disgusted with the choice. I urge you to take some time and read them. There are packets being distributed that show a small amount of Mr. Smith's social media posts. I didn't have time or ink to print them all out. Some of them are very vulgar. Some of them are downright ignorant. The posts do not represent the majority of Smithtown residents. We want a better place for our children, not a divisive environment. I am here as a request of the Smithtown residents as a town advocate to make the request to this town. Please do better. Again, we are requesting the removal of Mr. Smith as public relations assistant. Nothing that we are presenting here today is anything but Mr. Smith's own words and posts. Again, thank you very much.
Ms. Harder, you're the originator of that? Are you the originator of the petition?
It was put together by the concerned citizens of Smithtown.
Okay, online?
Yes, it's online.
You can submit that to the clerk.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them all to you so you can all see.
Thank you.
Just to the clerk, we'll distribute it.
I would like everybody to all these posting.
Don't worry, don't stick it, please just give them the clear out.
Truth to power, baby.
Anita Castorina. You don't want to speak again? Okay. Erwin Eisen.
I don't really follow Phyllis's speech there, but I'm going to bring back the point again. Erwin Eisen, 17 Horseshoe Lane, Comac, New York. Good afternoon, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, residents of Smithtown, taxpayers of Smithtown. I've heard about Mr. Smith's hiring. It's not about Mr. Smith's personal opinion, about his Facebook page. It's about dollars and cents. I sat here and listened to this board tell me they were saving full-time jobs. They were saving part-time jobs. They were increasing my taxes 10%. And now, January, I have 3 new hires. Where is that coming from? Was that in the budget last year? Were you misled? Were you not told about that? So I'm here to tell you, I don't want any new hires. I want a hiring freeze down in Smithtown. As I listen to hiring, promotions, people being given new positions, we got a 10% tax increase, and we didn't lose anybody. We didn't have a decrease in the budget, and we have new hires. That's not correct, and that's not what we as taxpayers expect. That's number one. Number two, as I listen to this board approve contract after contract after bid with asphalt companies, with engineering companies, with other companies that we have municipal services, we have an engineering department, we have a highway department, we have grounds departments, we have such departments that can provide services. Why are you bidding and spending all money unnecessarily? I want fiscal responsibility. My taxes, Mr. Supervisor, did not go up $160 like the average taxpayer, okay? And I want want to be able to understand my bill next year. I want to be able to understand the budget you produce next year. I want to be able to go to speak to the controller and find out, can we save some money in this town? Thank you.
No more.
Okay, there are no further speakers, I will move to close.
Second.
Excuse me?
Something that's not on the agenda?
Well, I wanted to speak about the petition, but I was not on the.
Oh, on those, yeah.
Please state your name and address for the record.
My name's Mary Ann Smale. I live at 88 Roxbury Drive. In the regards to the petition, I was pretty active in trying to get signatures, and I was amazed at the number of people that wholeheartedly support his removal, are disgusted with it, but they're afraid to sign to put their name out there. What is that saying about our town?
I have a white pickup truck that sits outside my house, so I know that I'm not afraid, but that it does happen.
Okay, move to close.
Yeah, I have one item to say. You're talking about overspending and this and that. As of today, we've saved $153,000 in new salaries. Second to move to close.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Can I respond to that?
Yes.
Let me say the following. Okay, as Hudak Engineering has been a source of payment for this town for as long as
Mr. Iser, why don't you save this till we close? We're gonna close the meeting, and then if you wanna pontificate here, you can. No problem.
Move to close.
No
Second.
problem. He's telling you you're saving money.
Go ahead, call.
We
Move to
motion
close.
to close. Please.
I second
Move
it.
to close.
Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
Order in the, please order. Supervisor Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilwoman Izzarello.
Yes.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.